Hello everybody. I want to talk today about the timing of music. And people associate the timing of music with lots of black dots and lots of little tails on them, and they get confused with the names of things. So I like to take a very practical approach to music in order to help people to understand. Because yes, ultimately, the aim is that you will understand how to read printed music notation. But there are things that you can do beforehand to help with your learning of this. And one thing that I often do with very young people, and not so young people, if they have no understanding, is to show them with Lego. So I have a piece of Lego in my hand here, which has 16, if I spin it that way, hopefully you can see, it has 16 different knobbles on it, okay? So we're going to say that this is a bar of music, okay? And one of the things that people get confused with is what's a bar, what's a beat, all this is confusing. A bar is simply a measurement of time, or in this case, space, because we've only got 16 different knobbles that we can choose from. So it's a length of time, or a length of Lego, that we are going to call one bar, or 4 beats, because what we're going to do is actually, although we've got 16 of these, we're going to kind of split them into 4 groups of 4. So you've got a 4 there, so one group of 4, then there's another group of 4 there, that's 2, and another group of 4 there, and another group of 4. All right. Now, what we're going to do is music, with another video that I have posted, it's all about, I was folding up bits of paper and halving it. So this is another way of doing the same thing. So this was my full piece of paper. This is the equivalent of a full piece of paper. So in music, our musical maths, the basic musical maths is halving and doubling. So we've got a 16 Lego piece here. Here now, I have an 8. So this one is half the size, isn't it? So if I put them together like that, you can see that half of the bar, the first one we put on is your bar. Half of that bar has been taken up. So this first big note here is what we call a semi-breve. It's a 4-beat note. Okay? So why has it got 16 on it? Don't worry about that for the moment, okay? All you need to get into your mind is the halving and doubling. So we have got an 8 there on top of a 16, okay? If I put another 8 on the top there, we've got 2 8s, and I think with my limited sight, they're different colours. I think so. I think this one's lighter on this side here. So you have got 2 blocks of 8 on top of a block of 16. So those two all the way around, if I spin it round, you can see that they exactly match up. So you've got 1 bar of music on the bottom. You've got another bar of music on the top, which is made up of 2 sets of 8. Now the blocks of 8, I'll take this one off. The blocks of 8, we're going to call them minims. So we've got a semi-breve, which is the big one. We're going to put a minim on the top of him. All right. So a minim is 8 knobbles. Okay. And the semi-breve was 16 knobbles. Okay. Right. Half that again. What's half of 8? That's 4. So we need a Lego piece with 4 knobbles on it. All right. Which I have in my hand, which I will place on top of the 8. Like that. We're getting steps now, aren't we? It's good, isn't it? Hey, playing with Lego. So we've got the first one. If I spin it sort of that way, you might be able to see it as well. So we've got the 16 on the bottom, which was our semi-breve. We've got an 8 on the next level, which is our minim. The 4, the little knobble of 4 there, we're going to call that a crotchet, because we can. Yeah? That's a crotchet beat there. So we've got minim. No, we've got semi-breve, first one. Minim, second one, crotchet. So you can see that this little one here, you'd need 4 of them to actually fill a full 16 of that. Okay, so you've got past the crotchet. We're now going to go to a little tiny 2 at the top. Ah, isn't he cute? Right, that's a quaver. We're going to call that one a quaver today. All right, so we've got semi-breve, minim, crotchet, quaver, and they're all getting half as big each time. Do we have a tiny one? Yes, we do. Ah, little diddy one on the top. That's a semi-quaver. Semi-quaver, blooming Nora. No, yes, semi-quaver. So, minim. No, try again. Semi-breve. It's the first one. Stepping up. Minim is the 8. Crotchet is the 4. Quaver is the 2. Semi-quaver is the 1. Okay? These are the basic blocks that we deal with in music. You can get other blocks, but when you start out, these are the basic ones. So, then your music teacher says to you, right then, I want you to write 3 bars or 4 bars or whatever, 2 bars of music, where we can do 2 bars quite easily. Now, you don't just have to put 1 big one and then 2 the next size and then 2 for the next size. You can mix them up, okay? We're going to mix them up now. So if I take these off, put that there. Right, that one off, that one off. Okay, right. So this is our bar of music again. Now, if we want, we can just use this as the means to get it. So this is a big, massive 16 nobbles note. So we can go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. That's what each of those nobbles means. Okay. We're going to have, because each block of 4 is one, is what we're going to call our pulse, the rhythm. Yeah, so when people talk in pop music, 1 2 3 4, yeah, you hear that all the time. What they're doing is they're counting in 1 bar, 1 2 3 4, and they're going across like that. Okay, and what I'm doing, for those that can't see, I'm just moving my finger along each group of 4. So I'm putting my finger kind of in between the little gap that all of the 4 little blocks make. If you find, right, so those that can see, or those that can, so what you need to find, if you've got Lego, is you need to find a block that's just got 4 little pieces onto it. It's a square, like a cube shape, yeah? So that's our basic crotchet beat. Now, in this bar of music, we would need 4 of those. Now, I think I've only got 2 of these little things with me, so I can go 1, hang on, blind person's lost. There we go, found it. 1, 2, right. Now then, I've got half a bar left, haven't I? What can we do with half a bar? She says. Okay, what can we do with half a bar? We've got 8 nobbles left, because we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Ooh, I happen to have an 8 here. Shall we slot that in there? Oh, yes, we shall. Right, there we are. That is a bar of music completely filled. And it's filled up of 2 crotchet beats and 1 minim beat. So that would go 1, 2, and then these 2 would hold for 3 and 4. So you'd have ba, ba, ba. That's what that would sound like. Crotchet, crotchet, minim, because your minim lasts twice as long. So how on earth is this working? So in musical terms, if I take off one of these notes here, I've taken off one of the 4s. So let's put let's have a look. So we've got 4 left, haven't we? Okay, so if I put this one on here, here's a block of 2. You see we've got a little space at the end there. Okay, right. So what we can do now, if I put that little semi-quaver nobble with the 1, it's got one little piece. It's not wanting to go on. There we go. We've got 1 little space left. Okay, now we couldn't use that as a full bar of music like that because it's not complete, because it's missing a block. So in music, we have what's called a time signature, which means that every single bar has to add up to the same. We need 16 different knobbles in every bar made up of different types of Lego pieces. This bar is incorrect because we are missing a piece at that side. Okay, with a bit of luck. So we are actually missing what is known as a semiquaver, but we're missing that. Hang on. Madam Blind Lady has lost a piece. Madam Blind Lady has found a piece. Right. Slot this in here. Ah, we've now got a complete bar of music because I filled it all up. Okay? So this is why when people write, for example, I would set children homework when I was a secondary school teacher, and I would ask them to do bars of music, and they would come back with lots of different nice little notes and tales, but they wouldn't really understand. They didn't always at first understand the counting aspect and why this bar couldn't have 5 notes and this one couldn't have 4. So Lego is a great way to do this. Okay, so taking these Lego bits away again. Ooh, crikey Moses. I don't want to lose any because blind people scrabbling on the floor for tiny bits of Lego is not fun. It'll be entertaining for you at the least. So this is a big piece of Lego that would go ba off. That's a four crotchet beat piece of Lego. Okay. Okay. So if I put that one on first and I put the two minims on second. So the semi-briefs on the bottom, 2 minims. So your minims are your 8, the blocks of 8 different knobbles. So that would go ba. The second one, ba, ba. Okay. Now, if I were to put 4 of these on here, and I haven't got 4, that was rather foolish of me. Okay, I can go ba, ba. And then if you can imagine 2 more on this side, ba, ba. Okay. And then, so what we're doing is, every time we're putting notes on here, we're making the sound half as long again. Okay? Right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Ah. You can also use another set of blocks, which I'm not going to go into the timing of in some respects, but you could also have a 12. Anything that fits into this 16 in some way, shape or form is possible. So there's a 12. So what do I need to finish that? What would I need to finish that bar? I've got 4 knobbles left. Okay, have I got a 4 knobble piece? Yes. When I found it. Right. There we go. There we go. That's another complete bar made up of a different set of times. Yeah. So you could have, so that this would be the equivalent of, so this one would actually be a 3-beat note, which you can get, which we would call a dotted minim. Don't worry about how or why. So there's 3 of the 4 beats covered, and then there's another one there. Okay. So I hope that this is going some way to explaining how we build bars of music up. And all that you do then is you tell people that the Lego, instead of being blocks of Lego, that the block of Lego is musical sort of lengths of time. So we have sort of done that because I've gone through and said semi-breve. That's a 4-beat note, okay? It has got 4 different knobbles on, but that's because you can break each beat down, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 different beats there. So here we have, there's 3 beats altogether. 4, 3, and that's the dotted, what we'd call the dotted minim. Don't worry about him. He comes a bit later. He's a good person. He's a good friend, but we're not ready there yet. So then we've got the minim there, which we do know about because he's half as long as a semi-breve. So semi-breve, dotted minim, minim, crotchet, which is a 1-beat note. So a 4-beat note, a 3-beat note, a 2-beat note, a 1-beat note. Then we need half a beat. Come on, where have you gone? There we are. Okay, this note is half a beat or an 8th note. So we can do the American ones, the American way in a minute. So half a beat and then a 1/4 of a beat, which is on the very top. Oh, come on. That's a 1/4 of a beat, yeah? Now, if we, so in American music and or music technology speak, we have a whole note. Don't worry about him just at the moment. The next one up, the dotted minute, we're not worried about him. Whole note, half note, quarter note, 8th note, 16th note. Why is that a 16th? Well, look, there's that little block there. We need 16 of them to go on this space here, because this is a full bar of music. That's a 16th. Okay. So whole, skip that one. Half, quarter, 8th, 16. Or in English, semi-breve. Miss him out, although he's... So semi-breve. Half again is a minim. Half again is a crotchet. Half again is a quaver. Half again is a semi-quaver. And you can have any of those combinations in that bar of music as long as it doesn't do this. All right, here we go. This is going to be an incorrect bar of music. Let's see. Let's see if we can make it do that. Yes. Okay. What's wrong with that? We got our first one there. We got a second one there. Okay, this one is too long. We should have 16 on the bottom. How many have we got on the top? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. All right. So that bar of music is wrong because there's too much overhanging here. The bar of music is 16. This bit at the bottom tells us how many we can have at once. So we couldn't have him. He's too big. All right. What could we have? Is he enough? No. Why not? Because it's not long enough. We need something else to fill that gap. We could either do one of two things then. We either need a block of 2 or 2 1s in order to fit that gap. And it could be any of them. There isn't a right and a wrong way. So, 2 1s. Ooh. 1, 2. Okay. They fit on and they are the same all the way around. So that is a complete bar of music as well. So if I didn't want that one, I think I've only got 1, 2, and that's part of the problem. Okay, but I could have had 2 of those. Right, so if I take these off, over the desk, missus, over the desk, because you don't know. Okay, I've taken off the 2 2s and I've taken off the 2 and the 2 1s. So I'm back with a 4 that I could put in there. Yeah, so I could just slot another one of them in. And in music, this is exactly the same as what you can do. It just changes how the rhythm would sound, which on another video we can have a look at. But Lego is just amazing for teaching the basics of getting your bars to add up, because it gives you a physical thing in your hand that says this must feel the same all the way around in order for it to be another bar of music that is exactly the same time as the first one. It might have different rhythms in it, because that one's just a big block across the bottom. The second one has a big massive block and then a smaller block. So again, I could take that one off and that one. So if I need 16 on there, I could have 2 8s, couldn't I? Because 8 and 8 is 16. Yeah, or I could have 8. And as long as I add up to 8, I can do it how I want. So 8 plus 4 plus, well, I could either do another 4, 8 plus 4 plus 4, or 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 1s. Here we go. There we go. There's another bar of music. Done differently, with different size bricks, so different rhythms, but again, as a bar of music. So I hope this has been of use and shown you that you can have lots and lots of fun with Lego and music. And just before I go, because I'm an absolute child, I've just done another bar of music on the top. Yay! I've got 3 bars now. I didn't even realise I'd done it that way. So I've got 3 bars of music. They're all stacked up nicely there. And the block is the same width and height all the way around. So we know that those 3 bars of music are all the right space and time. So that's good. So how much Lego are you going to play with, and how many different combinations of these Lego things can you have? You could have 16 tiny little ones if you wanted to. Anyway, I will let you go and have your fun now with Lego and music. Take care till the next time. Bye.